And as we welcome Mr. Pavail Gill and the team of RISE, we are about to take you on a beautiful journey, which is where a hospitality unit goes beyond hospitality to revive Rangla Punjab. Time seems to slow when you come to Punjab, yet surprises, especially at Hansali Organic Farm. From the wood-cooked meals to their fulkari decor, from interacting with farm animals to walking the rustic lanes. When dusk arrives, the singing and dancing and the merriment in true Rangla Punjab style. But now, Pavail Gilji is reclaiming the hidden heritage of Fatehgarh Sahib, going beyond hospitality, going beyond all this, supporting entrepreneurship, developing cultural and creative tours, highlighting the rich yet unknown heritage of Fatehgarh Sahib. The Gills have started a journey. Their journey personally started when their life was disrupted, and this made them realize the urgency of pure natural organic products and a sustainable way of life. Let us, without here too, let us share the space with his and share his story so that you can see how Mr. Gill and his family have bought in what is Rangla Punjab in Fatehgarh Sahib.
सत्त विच इत्थे आया सी ते सब दे सब लोग जिहड़े सीगे केमिकल खेती करदे सी मैं ऑर्गेनिक खेती करनी शुरू की जिहदी मैनूं बहुत अच्छी रिस्पॉन्स मिली ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ मैं ये भी देखिया कि मेरे अपने परिवार का ते भला है ही है नाल समाज का भी भला है.
It started with my father's vision of a better tomorrow, and he sowed the seeds of his vision at an organic farm at Hansali, Fatehgarh Sahib, Punjab. And we wanted to remind what Punjab truly was, organic. It was then a small village, away from mainstream Chandigarh, and everyone said, "You will fail. Who will come so far?" But I realized I had to take this step to energize the local villages and create more livelihood. As I started to build, I knew it had to be about Punjab's proud culture. And its famous cuisine. It had to be a working farm so that any youngsters coming here will experience what real Punjab values are and the heritage of Punjab. Sada Virsa. It had to be sustainable to reflect the values and vision of my father, sustainable to the environment, sustainable to my team, and even more sustainable for the locals. And that's when I realized that we had to put the destination on the Google map for the world. I would bring a lot of friends and guests to see the farm and show them what rural Punjab truly was. And then I wondered if I could invite the world by showcasing the heartland of rural Punjab. We started by hosting the Prince of Wales, King Charles III at our farm.
In district Fatehgarh Sahib, Punjab, agri-tourism is a living, breathing experience. Between the most important Sikh worship place, Gurdwara Shri Fatehgarh Sahib, and the historic Roza Sharif Mosque, agri-tourism in Punjab is a bridge that connects the modern with the traditional and the urban with the rural.
I'm living in Gurgaon for the last 20 years. My kids are born there. So whenever they know my roots, I'm from village, but they never seen a good village. So whenever we want to see a village life, so I just want to show them a good example of village life, where we can see organic farming, organic milk, and we enjoyed the good food and such activity which shows a good life of village. So Hansali farm is one of the farm where we can experience all these good things.
I took a few of my friends along with me. I wanted to show them what my village roots are. They're all my urban friends. So we went to Hansali and had an amazing experience there. We had the most authentic food that we could have ever had. And my friends were amazed at the farm experience. They saw the animals, the cows, the goats, the hens, and the sustainable farming that they were doing was an amazing experience. And then we went around the village also, and the villagers were amazingly helpful and friendly, and it was an exposure that they've not had ever. We saw a lot of women doing lots of handicrafts too. So all in all, it was an amazing experience.
Then our dream became even more ambitious to create a platform where our youth and women can shine and our culture can be showcased to the world. Now we host the Hansali Fest, where we have more than 50 rural women entrepreneurs showcasing Punjab's rural culture.
ਇਹ ਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਪੰਚਾਇਤ ਹੰਸਾਲੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਲ੍ਹਾ ਫਤਿਹਗੜ੍ਹ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਗਭਗ 150 ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬ ਘਰ ਹਨ ਔਰ ਇਸ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਸੈਲਫ ਹੈਲਪ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਜੋ ਇਸ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੇਡੀਜ਼ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੀ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ।
For both our visitors and the local communities, we invite you all to join us in this journey to experience the warmth, vibrancy, and indomitable spirit of Punjab. Let's celebrate the land, the people, and the produce that makes Punjab truly remarkable.
We celebrate our festivals not just at Hansali, but with the world. When we say, come see, here is rural, vibrant Rangla Punjab.
Absolutely delightful. I'm totally mesmerized by that video. Pavilji, what a beautiful thing you've done. What a wonderful experiences you have created.
Thank you, Soniya.
You're welcome, sir. I just wanted to know, what are the challenges that people face, other homestays face, where you have succeeded? What are the challenges to rural tourism becoming a luxury factor in Punjab, especially in Punjab?
See, the biggest challenge that comes to my mind is obviously the infrastructure, because once somebody has to open his home or a homestay, and he has to set it up as an experience where guests can come and stay and they're comfortable. So he has to create those environs for them which are comfortable. He has to create those experiences for them also. And a lot of people wanting to create such experiences are sitting in a rural setting. So the other challenge is connecting their property to the main roads and so on. So obviously infrastructure is the biggest challenge. People doing homestays and agri stays don't have the wherewithal compared to a corporate hotel group and so on. So they have to do, they have to make the best of what they have. That's one. Secondly, obviously, all of us come from a background which is not related to hospitality. So you have to learn your job on the way. You have to sensitize yourself first and into accepting guests at home. We are only used to accepting relatives and hosting friends. So this is the next step of hosting people you have never met before. And obviously your staff, people who work with you, so that they can understand, and because there are people from different cultures, different backgrounds, they come from different cities, maybe different parts of the world. So they're here for just a short while, and for us to make the best of their time, we need to understand their culture, their needs, and how comfortable they can be, how we can introduce them into our culture and traditions. So all of these are challenges, but we meet them and we deal them on our way. But it's been a good journey so far.
True, I can see that. So, how did you go about, creating this luxury, creating this experience for your guests, while ensuring that you were still very sustainable and you still were very deeply rooted in what is Punjab?
Yeah, so sustainability, obviously, for us, it came with what we were doing already. We were practicing organic farming. So we wanted to work without any chemicals and so on. So that was in our mind even before we started tourism. And of course, when we started accepting guests, we wanted to cater to a clientele because tourism is has an entire range of guests who are interested in different activities, from youngsters to people to religious tourism, and we are concentrating on nature, on sustainability, organic farming. So obviously, we are looking at a clientele that resonates with our core belief of not using chemicals, organic farming, sustainability, permaculture, and so on. So we try to make our guests comfortable, but most of the people who come and stay with us also know about our background and are looking forward to an experience with nature, to an experience with sustainability, to an experience with real rustic rural life, to an experience with rural culture, traditional meals and cuisine, and so on. Hello?
Sorry, when they come, I guess they come with this mindset of saying, okay, we're going to see rustic Punjab, and they're open
Correct.
to a slight degree of losing their modern comforts and kind of intuitively
Yes.
getting into the setup.
Yes.
So I think
We
you're
try
right.
to make them as comfortable as we can. So the stays obviously has all the amenities that most of the
Exactly.
guests are used to in the city, but
Yeah.
at the same time it's traditional. The materials that we use in our construction are traditional. The handicrafts are there. So they move in, they're comfortable, but yet they know they're out of their home. They're visiting a rural setting. There's a lot of tradition and art and craft around. So the rooms are adorned with traditional furniture, fulkaris, and so on. And at the same time, the stay is comfortable. Because only if your guest is comfortable, his needs are met, can he enjoy the experience that you're offering to them.
Very true. Well said. You actually answered my second question about how you can minimize the impact on environment. Um, when you started creating, first you created the farm. Please correct me if I'm wrong. First you created the farm. After
Absolutely.
you created the
Yes.
farm, then you said, okay, now we want to create a homestay. After you created a homestay, what made you extend yourself beyond that? What made you say, okay, now I have to go beyond this, beyond hospitality, and now create something much bigger than this? And that's when you started bringing in the community, you started bringing in the culture, you started. Tell us about that. Tell us about the Hansali Fest and
Yeah.
everything.
So this is a journey. And of course, the journey started with us with farming, and we wanted to do farming differently. We wanted to impart healthy food products to our customers. And of course, a lot of people who claim organic are usually gathering products from other suppliers and vendors and repackaging and rebranding and selling them. So, since we had our own farm, we wanted our customers to actually come and see our farming practices. And this was the start of tourism because we wanted people to come and see if we are talking about vegetables or milk or any such other pure organic products. And we had a farm at the back end. So we wanted to invite people so that they can see our farming practices and at the same time, experience the real rustic Punjab. And a lot of people who would come and stay with us for maybe a meal or an overnight stay also transformed into our customers in the long run. So it was a win-win both sides. So once we had guests staying with us and we started on tourism, we realized that tourism is not just within the four walls of a property. The guest wants to venture out of your property. He wants to interact with people around you. He wants to experience the fresh air. He wants to see your traditions. He wants to meet the village people. So we realized that guests wanted to venture out, and so that's how the whole concept of not just Hansali or a homestay, the concept of a destination started in our mind, that when we invite guests to our area, why don't we introduce them to the history, to the architecture, to the religious connections that are there in our area, which are very strong, to the historical importance. We are lucky that we have very important gurudwaras linked with the Sikh history. In Sirhan, we have the Dargah, we have the Chakreshwari Mata temple, we have the beautiful examples of Muslim Mughal architecture in the Am Khas Bagh. And then the Uchapin Sangol is not very far, where Harappan era artifacts have been unearthed. So we want to develop it as a destination, so that Hansali is a part of the whole story, but the story is much bigger than Hansali. So it's just each step as we take. First we were into agriculture, then we hosted guests at our farm, and now we feel a farm is just a part of the whole story. Why don't we involve and we create the whole destination?
I just got an unmute message. So I said, I'm sorry. It's beautifully said, and I wish there were more people who thought like that, because especially in India and with smaller homestays, they're so caught up in running and the everyday running that they miss out, that people don't leave the comfort of their house to come and experience just the hospitality. They come because they want to experience the place and what the hospitality is in that space. Today, almost every discerning traveler or affordable luxury traveler is looking for sustainability, at the same time for something which gives them a sense of comfort. Now, how have you designed, and I know you do this, so how have you designed this whole experience of Experience Fatehgarh Sahib? You told us about the best places and all. How did you empower the youth? How did you empower them? How did you create a backlink with the women entrepreneurs? So let's start with Hansali Fest first.
Yeah. So Hansali Fest started off as a food festival because, again, it was an idea of connecting the crops growing in the field to the plates of our customers. We wanted to give a very unique experience to guests visiting the fest, that we are connecting the crops in the field to the plates of our customers. It was a visual connection of pure food growing in the fields, and then you can connect it to what you are eating. Usually there's a crop, or you can see the crop harvested and it reaches your home. But a crop converted into a food product, and at the same time you're in the same environment, is a very unique experience. So that is what we wanted to give our guests. So having started with that food experience, we also wanted our guests to experience the traditions of the area. So we had a lot of women self-help groups doing different products like fulkari, Punjabi juttis, embroidery, reviving old traditions like case on the old looms and so on. So we got all of these people together, and the food was the central point of the event. But we also invited all of these women self-help groups to display their sustainable products, their traditional product, so that the city people who are visiting the Hansali Fest can also have an experience about the craft, also have an experience about the traditions of the area. So that, in fact, even improved the vibe of the event. That the food is, of course, the central part of the event, but there are other products where the guests can come and experience and see the traditional items that are made by these women's self-help groups. So we've done the Hansali Fest for 3 years now, and each year we refine our approach to the event, so that the event becomes more meaningful, so that the event becomes more helpful to a lot of entrepreneurs. It provides a base for a lot of entrepreneurs to connect to their customers, and a lot of city folk can see products which they do not experience in malls or in urban shopping places. So it's been a good ride, and we hope to do better.
What next for Hansali? What do you see is the next bastion? What do you want to do next? What is your next benchmark
We
that you've set yourself?
we would like to build a tribe. Since now our interest is, of course, within the property, but also out of the property. Since our interest is in the area, since our interest is in empowering people around us, since our interest is in introducing history to the visiting guests. Or introducing arts and crafts and culture and the area. So developing it as an experience, as a destination, that requires the assistance and help and support of more and more people. So we would like to develop a tribe of more like-minded people like us who can come forward and contribute and develop our area as a destination. It could be in the field of maybe literature or arts and crafts or sustainability, organic farming, food. So a lot of avenues we can work on and create some events and develop our area as a destination. And I can see the signs that certainly more people who have a background in different areas than us are also wanting to collaborate and build experiences around us. So that is very important, I feel.
I will urge you to wait on for the next speaker, who is none other than the gentleman I've been trying to introduce you to from Mohan, who has done exactly that for a lot of destinations. They come and they create these experiences, especially around music, food, culture, paddy festivals, and then they kind of step away because they don't kind of want to own it. They let the locals own it. Now, there's one challenge I see, which I'm not sure if I should mention. It's not politically correct. The biggest challenge is that most of the youth of Punjab has migrated. The people I see in the village, especially your village is close by, are either younger or very old.
Correct.
Elderly, they're good farmers, they're great farmers. They can, I mean, I think out of all the places that I've been to, except Sikkim's also a lot like Punjab, where they open the door anytime you come and they say, lassi, do you want some lassi? Do you want something? What are you holding a camera for? What are you doing? They're always inquisitive, curious, welcoming. But how will you energize this audience to participate? Because without their participation, you're standing with a big challenge. I have seen this in Assam. Whichever homestays or properties have been able to get the Assamese local tribes in, have created something phenomenal for themselves and the locals. The ones that have had locals who've been resistant have not grown the way they should have. Now your biggest step, your biggest challenge is to energize those locals who are like, now, Sade, what do we need? We've got everything.
Correct.
They're very complacent or they're too young. So how will you kind of energize this whole audience?
See, it's this scenario has two sides to the coin. The first side, as you rightly mentioned, that yes, a lot of people from Punjab have immigrated in search of a better future, and but I'm very patriotic, and I still believe that there is no dearth of people who are willing to work hard and create good experiences in Punjab. And at the same time, we learn from people who are, in fact, who have done work in the similar line as us. A lot of people have done very good work in the South, maybe in West India, Northeast, of course, where such ventures, small ventures, fledgling ventures, have done well into hospitality or in adding value to agriculture like organic. So we learn from them. So my point being that there is now a need not of the traditional Punjabi or the other state traditional farming person to come in and try out these ventures. We need fresh ideas. We need more educated people getting into this field. Earlier, agriculture was considered to be the domain of people who are not very highly educated or who do not have any other option of occupation, and then they have to get into agriculture. But recently, if you have noticed, a lot of people from an educated background, from a background of IT, are leaving their high stress jobs in the city to get into agriculture. And it is those people who are frankly making an impact on agriculture, be it in terms of adding value to their agriculture practices, be it in terms of marketing of their produce, be it in terms of creating experiential tourism. It is those people who have had an exposure in the city, who have had an exposure, maybe a global exposure, who understand the nuances and the intricacies of all of these efforts that are required, and then they come back. And some people go back to their ancestral farms. Some have even bought land and practiced agriculture and done way better than the people who have been doing agriculture alongside in the same area for generations. So we need fresh ideas, we need fresh blood, and all I can say is that agriculture and experiences in rural India have a huge. There's a huge place for these experiences to be.
Having said that, I've noticed something very unique about you. You've not only taken Hansali to a different level and won several awards. Can you tell us about some of those awards? Because I've been asking you and you've been very shy. Can you tell us about the recent awards you won? What are the awards you won and what you won them for?
Last couple of months, I say God has been very kind. So, and it started in September of last year, where we won the Best Tourism Village Award by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and it was in the agri-tourism category. In fact, a very apt category for us since we've already been doing farming and we're offering tourism which is related to farming. Then in October of last year, month after that, we received a second place in the international awards, SCAL Sustainable Tourism Awards again.
That's very prestigious.
That was a huge honor. It is also associated with the United Nations Tourism. Then in the month of December, there was an award instituted by the PhD Chambers of Commerce and Industry, celebrating people doing different kinds of tourism. So in the farm tourism category, we were fortunate to receive that award. And in January, we received one of the biggest awards in our country related to organic farming called the Jaivik India Award. This award is instituted by ECOA, which is a center which is supported by APIDA, and quite a prestigious honor for us with regards to organic farming. And I'm very happy to share that in the month of February coming, we have been invited to the Indian Responsible Tourism Awards, which is happening in Gujarat. They have informed us that we have been shortlisted, so we are very hopeful that perhaps God will continue this streak for us.
I'm sure it will, because you'll have been doing some path-breaking work. So what next for Hans? Like you told me, there's one part of what you told me. How have you thought of moving it to other parts of Punjab? Because there is this dearth of it, whether you go in. Even your
Rather than take Hansali to other parts of the Punjab, already it is happening, and I would wish for it to happen even more, that we are getting people from different parts of Punjab and across India and the world to come and see us, how we are now venturing out of the four walls of our own property, how we would like to engage the community and develop our area as a destination. To my mind, if you ask me, there's still a lot of work which needs to be done to achieve what we are thinking of doing. And I would like to give the next at least 5-10 years to what we are doing on the same goal, and create real wonderful experiences. And it's not about us or about Hansali. We would like to have a lot of like-minded people offering new and different experiences around us, so that we can come together and develop our area as a destination, then Punjab as a destination. We have a lot of experiences to offer.